YouTube, what's good? Another 4:30 wake up, man. Today is July 11th. Today is Saturday. About to knock out this morning routine, man. Got my bottle of water, about to finish this up, and then knock out my 200 push-ups, man. Today I got a good one for y'all, man. I go hoodie mellow, man. If you know, you know. About to get straight to work, man. I can't wait until I'm able to get my own crib, furnish it out, and then be able to have a whiteboard, man, so I can start making whiteboard videos, man. I can't wait till I'm able to get to that point. Right now I'm at rock bottom, living with my brother, sleeping on the couch, so can't get a whiteboard, but the time is coming, you know what I mean? But yeah, about to knock out this morning routine, and then I'm gonna chop it up with y'all a little bit. What's good, YouTube family? Just knocked out my 200 push-ups, man. Today I got a great one for y'all. Today we're gonna talk about the winning days and the winning times, man. One thing I learned about the one percenters I watch, they wake up early. You know what I mean? They're waking up earlier than the average individual. They're waking up at 4 a.m., getting their day started, and then working 12-hour days. You know what I mean? They're not wasting their time strolling on social media. They're not wasting their time just on the phone talking to their friends. They're not chasing chicks. They just locked in, they focused, and they're not distracted by bullshit. They're locked in for the whole 12 hours that they're working. And the work that they're doing is high leverage tasks to become that 1% man. When I was working my correction officer job, making 6 figures, it was the most money I ever made in my life. So the money was getting to my head a little bit. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. And the money I had, I never had it before. So the things that I always wanted to do, I did it, and I overdid it, right? I was smoking every day, sometimes 3-4 times a day. I was popping bottles in the club, making these club owners richer. I would literally clock into work. And I didn't have this mindset or even really think this through until I hit rock bottom, and it forced me to focus on myself. I was clocking into work, making 6 figures a year just to give it to the club owners. I basically was working for the county, and I was working for the club owners, because I would go to the club and I would pop bottles. And if you know, you know, bottles in the club are $300-400. I was popping like 2-3 bottles every fucking weekend. It wasn't a weekend that went by that I wasn't drinking or I wasn't in the club popping bottles. And if I wasn't in the club popping bottles, I was at a local bar spending $200, $300 a night on drinking. I was wasting so much time. And one thing I learned that the one percenters do, they're not distracted by that bullshit. They're not distracted by worldly things. They're taking advantage of their weekends, right? And they're taking advantage of waking up early and attacking their non-negotiables, right? So that's what I've been doing for these past 9 days. I'm on this 9-day stretch with waking up early and crushing my non-negotiables. And, you know, these are small wins right now, but over time, these small wins add up. You know what I mean? I'm not even close to the man I want to be yet, but mentally, I'm exactly where I need to be, right? And it took me to hit rock bottom to get to this point. I wasn't always thinking like this. I'm still in a 9-to-5 matrix right now, y'all. So I had to take advantage of the time before I go to work and after I go to work. That's why these millionaires become millionaires over time. Like every single millionaire that y'all might see on Instagram or social media in general, they all didn't come from rich families. They took advantage of the opportunity when they had the free time to learn a high-level skill and apply it to their everyday life so they're able to make those millions of dollars, right? I wasn't taking advantage of that. I wasn't taking advantage of my free time. I was smoking every day. I was drinking every weekend. And the times where I wasn't doing that, I was consuming bullshit content. I was on Instagram for 7 to 8 hours out of my day. If you don't know how to check your screen time, you just go to your settings and in the search bar, type in screen time and look how long you be on Instagram, bro. If you're on Instagram for more than 2 hours, you're wasting your time. I used to be on Instagram for 7 to 8 hours, a whole work shift, just watching other people's lives while my life just passing me by. Everything that I'm consuming on Instagram, when the weekend came, I was doing that. I was popping bottles in the club. I was buying the latest shoes, buying the latest clothes, not thinking or planning for my future at all whatsoever. Just distracted by bullshit. And God stripped me from everything and gave me this mindset. Everything that I went through, everything that I'm going through right now that's hard is preparing me for my future. And my future self gonna be proud of me. So I'm actually glad that God stripped me from everything. You know what I mean? I'm 29 years young, and right now I'm at rock bottom, taking the bus everywhere I go, sleeping on the couch, living in the trenches with my brother. And I decided to change my ways. I looked myself in the mirror and said, I can't fucking continue to do this shit. I can't continue to live this lifestyle. Something gotta give, something gotta change. I spoke with my stepdad on the 4th of July, and he told me that my mom is upset with me. I'm not the man that she raised. My mom is still waiting on my success. I gotta do this shit for my mom, bruh. My mom is my biggest why, bruh. I gotta do this shit for my mom. She sacrificed so much for me and my brother. Me growing up, my mom worked 3rd shift, man. If you know, that's the hardest fucking shift to work. And my mom worked in the factory. She didn't work no hospital job or nothing like that. She worked in the factory. And she worked 3rd shift to take care and provide for me and my brother. And she did a hell of a good job at that shit. We didn't live in the hood. I wasn't born and raised in the hood. I grew up in the suburbs. We always had food on the table. We always had clothes on our back. We always had the latest shoes. My mom worked her ass off. She sacrificed so much for me and my brother. So when my stepdad told me that my mom was upset with me, man, that shit put a chip on my shoulder. That shit put some fire on my heart. And I told myself, after he finished telling me that, I went upstairs and laid down, and I thought about that shit for a long period of time. Like, I gotta do this shit for my mama, bruh. So the times where I don't feel like waking up at 4:30 a.m. every day and talking about non-negotiables, I gotta think about my mom. The times where I don't wanna take advantage of my 5 to 9 gap, because it's a 5 to 9 gap. So you gotta work either your 8 hours or your 12 hours. What are you doing after you get off work? A lot of people say they wanna escape the matrix, but what are you doing to escape the matrix? You gotta take advantage of these gaps. Before you go to work and after you go to work, educate yourself on a high-level skill so you can become a millionaire, bro. It's people that have worked 9 to 5 jobs before and became millionaires, but they took advantage of those small gaps. The weekend is the most important day for most important days for real. These are the winning days. The weekend is when everybody's going out, everybody's drinking, everybody's spending their money dumb. I used to be that motherfucking dumbass guy doing that shit. I used to be kicking it on the weekends, popping bottles in the club. Couldn't wait for the weekend to come. Just to spend all my money up in the club, just to spend all my money up at the mall, living like a dumbass. If I would have continued to live that life, I would have looked up and I would have been 50 like, damn, where did time go? I wasted it in the club. I wasted it on chasing chicks. I wasted it on people pleasing. So I'm glad I hit rock bottom. I'm glad that I'm sleeping on the motherfucking couch. I'm glad that God put me through this pain because he woke me the fuck up, bruh. And I needed that. I needed that. I'm so grateful and thankful that it happened to me at 29. No, it happened to me at 28 and now I'm 29. Now I'm able to tell my story on YouTube. Now I'm able to show y'all the way. I'm far-fetched from my standards. My standards is to drive an all-black Lamborghini Urus, make $100K a month through my online coaching business, and give my mom, my stepdad, and my brother X amount of dollars. Those are the three things. Those are my standards. I'm far-fetched from that shit right now. But if I continue to stack the small wins and focus on the inputs and not focus on the end goal, eventually over time I'll be able to make $100K a month. I'll be able to drive a Lamborghini Urus. I'll be able to give my family X amount of dollars just because. I'm not able to do those things right now. And if I were to continue to live in that cycle of working 40 hours a week and spending my money on the weekends and not taking advantage of waking up before work, studying, and after work, focusing on the high leverage tasks and actually doing the high leverage tasks, I would have been out here like everybody else, living a mediocre life, struggling to pay their bills, complaining. 99% of people problems. No, I'm not gonna say 99, that's a high percentage. 75 of people's problems be money problems. A lot of my problems right now are money problems, right? I don't have a car. Why? Lost it due to past dumbass decisions. Sleeping on the couch with my brother. Another money problem. Why am I sleeping on the couch living with my brother? Because of my past decisions. Of me wanting to be high, thinking I'm living my best life. Whole time I'm distracted. These club owners, whoever owned a club, I salute you. I'm not knocking club owners. But if you own a club, you winning right now. You telling me a $50 bottle from the liquor store is $300 in the club? That's a motherfucking scam. And for years, I did that shit for about 4 years straight. I was doing that shit, trying to impress the chicks, trying to have a lit Instagram story. Whole time I couldn't really afford that shit. Yes, I was making 6 figures, but I couldn't really afford that shit. I was supposed to be using that 6-figure money as a tool to make me more money. But I wasn't doing that. I was using my money to have fun. I never in my life thought to use my money as a tool until I hit rock bottom. Rock bottom really woke me up. Rock bottom made me into the man I am today. So I'm not really afraid to let y'all know what the fuck going on in my life. Why? Because it put a motherfucking chip on my shoulder that I needed. It woke me the fuck up. And I needed that shit. I needed that shit. I see why people don't have a chance to make millions of dollars. I see they distracted. They rather smoke, they rather drink, they rather chase chicks. They can't go through that pain for a long period of time. I might not see my results for another 2 years, but it's cool, I'm sticking with it. It's better than blowing my fucking money in the club and in these malls and impressing chicks that I know don't give a fuck about me. Why would I continue to live a lifestyle like that, bro? That shit is ass. And I did that shit for years. And it took me to hit rock bottom to wake the fuck up. It sucks being at rock bottom. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. But it's cool because it's molding me into the man I am right now. Mentally, I'm where I need to be. I have a non-negotiable list that I stick to on an everyday basis, regardless of how I feel, regardless of what's going on. I don't give a fuck if Tupac come back from the dead. I'm sticking to my non-negotiable list. And those are small wins for now. But they're gonna build up over time. I had to cut my friends off for a period of time. My friends are good friends, don't get me wrong. And I'm not blaming my situation on my friends. But my friends are distracted. They want to smoke, they want to drink, they want to chase chicks, they want to spend their money dumb. I'm not on that type of time right now, so guess what? I have to isolate myself to elevate myself. I have to take advantage of waking up early, making YouTube videos, educating myself, going to work for my 8 hours. When I get off work, I'm doing the same thing. I'm educating myself on a high-level skill. I'm reading 5 to 10 pages out of an educational or self-development book. I'm learning, I'm growing. Just because you fucking out of high school and out of college, that don't mean learning stops. You gotta continue to educate yourself. You gotta continue to grow and learn. Just because you out of high school, just because you out of college, that don't mean it's time to stop learning. Just because you might be 30, 35, 40, that don't mean you gotta stop educating yourself. Continue to grow. Why are you putting a time limit on when you gotta stop learning? You gotta take advantage of these margins, bruh. Wake up early. Every 1% man that I look up to, they wake up early and they attacking their non-negotiables early in the morning. Even the weekend. The weekend is the winning days. This is where most people are distracted. The weekend. I was a person that was distracted on the weekends. Not anymore. I'm fucking woke. A lot of people say they want to escape the 9-to-5 matrix. What are you doing to escape that 9-to-5 matrix? I was reading my book, and this specific line stuck with me. You will either live the rest of your life achieving your own goals and dreams, or you will be used to accomplish someone else's. Man, that stuck with me. As a man, why do you want to be used to accomplish someone else's goals and dreams when you have a chance to create your own goal and dreams? It's people out here making $50K a month, $80K a month, $100K a month. A job would never be able to provide you that, bruh. You're going to be used to accomplish someone else's goals and dreams. As a man, that shit don't fucking bother you, bruh. That shit bothers me, bruh. But you that's watching this video, it don't bother you enough because you're not taking advantage of waking up early before you go to work, attacking your non-negotiables, and taking advantage of teaching yourself a high-level skill after work. Stop watching Netflix. What is Netflix doing for you? Look yourself in the mirror and answer that question. What is Netflix doing for you? It's giving you entertainment and it's keeping you mediocre. Ask yourself, what is Netflix doing for you? It's keeping you entertainment. Guess what? It's a distraction that these people put out in the world so you can stay broke. What is Instagram doing for you? Get off that motherfucking social media website, bruh. It's keeping you distracted. It's keeping you broke. You consuming so much of other people's lives that you're not thinking about your own life. And I was that person for years. I used to watch Netflix. I used to be on Instagram. But I bumped my head and I learned and I grew. So now I'm trying to teach you. What is the club really doing for you? If you ever go to the club, next time y'all want to go to the club and don't drink. Just be sober. Don't drink at all. Just test yourself. Go to the club and just be sober. Don't smoke, don't drink. I promise you, you're not going to have fun. It's going to be the same music, the same people. And that shit really gonna be boring. The only thing that makes it fun is because you're drunk and you're listening to the music and the music is hyping you up, and you might see a pretty young lady walk past with a nice ass and a cute face and a nice outfit on. So that liquor and the music, and then the women that walk past you, or if you're a woman that's watching this video, if you see a nice, attractive guy walking past you, you're gonna be distracted. It's time to lock the fuck in, bro. We got 6 months left in the year. It's 173 days left, bro. Can you lock in for these 173 days? You drank enough. You smoked enough. You've been around your friends enough. It's 6 months left, bro. Can you lock in for this last 6 months? Because I'm definitely gonna be locked in for these last 6 months. 6 months can change your motherfucking life if you really locked in and focused and you cutting all distractions. Just separate yourself for the next 6 months and put the vices down for the next 6 months. I promise you, bro, your life will change. My mindset have changed since I've done that. I cut my friends off for a period of time. It's not for life. It's just until I get my shit together. I took social media off my phone. All the social media platforms that was on my phone, took that shit off. I deleted Instagram off my phone. I deleted Facebook off my phone. I deleted Snapchat. And I deleted TikTok. I'm not consuming that bullshit no more. Cause why am I watching other people's lives when I could be creating a life of my own? So I'm able to get those things that I might see on Instagram, that I might see on TikTok. You gotta believe in your motherfucking self. And you gotta believe in the work you putting in. Y'all know those supercars that y'all might see on TikTok or Instagram? You know you're able to get those things, right? Those people that's driving those Lamborghini Uruses, those Ferraris, those BMWs, those Mercedes Benzes. Y'all know those people bleed, shit, and piss just like you. The only difference between you and them is they sacrificing their weekends, they sacrificing the time where they want to have fun. It's nothing wrong with enjoying yourself. But cut that shit to a limit. Cut that shit to a limit. Right now, me personally, I had enough fun. For the past 4 years, I lived my best life. Now it's time to sit the fuck down for the next 4. I got a lot of catching up to do. And I'm not comparing myself to nobody, but for me and my family, I got a lot of fucking catching up to do. I gotta do this shit for my family. I gotta be able to provide my family a lifestyle that they never thought they'd be able to experience before. I gotta provide my family a lifestyle that they never thought they'd be able to experience. I wanna take my mom out of town for 10 days just because on my expense. Like, no, Ma, I got it. I booked these flights to Florida for the next 10 days. It's all on me. I'm not able to do that right now. If I was working a 9 to 5, I'd never be able to do that. Why? Because one, I gotta rely on another man to give me PTO, and I'm not financially ready for that shit. If I was making 30K a month, 50K a month, 100K a month, I'll have the financial freedom to do that shit. Right now, I don't have that. You know, if you lock in and become a better man, you will be a better friend. You will be a better son. You will be a better daughter. You will be a better cousin. If you lock in and focus and become that man you need to be for yourself, bruh. This shit is bigger than me. I gotta do this shit for my family, bruh. Look yourself in the mirror and figure out your why. I'm telling you, bruh, if you lock in just for a year straight, I'm talking about locking in for 365 days, bruh. You will be a better friend. You will be a better son, because you will be able to provide the people that you're around a life that they never thought they'd experience, a life that they seen on social media. You will be able to provide that. But you have to lock in, bruh. And I'm far-fetched, bruh. I'm far-fetched. But over time, these small wins gonna build up, bruh. It might take me 3 to 4 years to accomplish my standards. But it's cool. It's better than wasting fucking time in these clubs chasing chicks. It's a lot of people out here living regretful lives. I don't want to be that motherfucker, bruh. I do not want to be that motherfucker. I refuse to be that motherfucker. I can't. I can't, bruh. I gotta provide my family a lifestyle that they never thought they'd be able to live, bruh. I gotta be that one. I'm the chosen one in my family. I know I am. Why? Because I have this mindset. I know what to do now. It took me to bump my head, though. But it's cool. You live and you learn, and now it's time to move the fuck on. But I'ma use what I learned, and I'ma use it as motivation. I'ma remind myself of the hard times I put myself through. I'ma remind myself that my mom is disappointed in me. I'ma remind myself of what the county put me through. I used to be a heavy weed smoker. If you're new to my channel, I used to be a heavy weed smoker, like I mentioned. To the point that addiction of me wanting to be high all the time, I took it to work. Wouldn't necessarily go to work smelling like weed. I would eat edibles. Did that for about 3 to 4 months. Got comfortable with doing that shit. I wanted to be high so bad that I was eating edibles on county motherfucking property as a correction officer, working with juvenile kids. One day, me being dumb and high, one of the edibles fell out of my pocket. So not only did the job fire me, but they pressed charges against me, and the charges was felony charges. Fought that felony case for about 7 to 8 months. That's why I lost everything. Couldn't find a job. I had $0 to my name for so long, to the point I lost my car, I lost my apartment. Now I'm sleeping on a motherfucking couch, living in the trenches, sleeping on a couch with my brother, taking a bus everywhere I go. Anytime I gotta go somewhere, like get my hair cut or do whatever I need to do, I gotta take the bus. That shit sucks. I hate that shit. I hate it. But I gotta do what I gotta do for now until I'm able to get myself out of this situation, and I will get out of this situation. I'm focused, I'm locked in more than ever. But I know it's some more work I gotta do. I know it's some more pain I gotta seek. My situation right now is not ever gonna define me as a man. It's not. It's embarrassing taking a bus. It's embarrassing sleeping on a couch. But hey, this is what my past decisions led me to. And now I gotta get through this shit. Now I gotta bounce back even harder. Today is Saturday, man. What you gonna do? You gonna take advantage of this margin? Because everybody else probably about to drink and smoke tonight. What you gonna do? You gotta lock in for a long period of time. You gotta stay consistent with that shit. And you gotta stay persistent. So even when you're not seeing your results right away, you gotta stick with this shit, bro. I'm not seeing my results right away. I got a small YouTube channel right now with low views, no likes. 93 subscribers. But guess what? I'm staying persistent with this shit because I don't give a fuck how I feel. It's mind over matter, bro. I gotta stay consistent with this shit, bro. I put myself through the ringer. What Drake say? I put you niggas through the ringer. But no, y'all, I'm on here just ratting, man. That's the video for the day, man. Lock the fuck in and take advantage of those small margins that I spoke about. Take advantage of the time. Wake up early before everybody else and focus on the high level tasks. After work, you're not fucking watching Netflix and chilling with your feet kicked up. You taking advantage of that margin, that 5 to 9. Educating yourself on something that can make you life-changing money. The weekends, separate yourself. Put your phone on D&D because you know why your friends calling you at 10 at night. To go out, to be even more distracted. Wake them the fuck up. Let them know, like, hey, bro, I ain't on that type of time no more. I'm about to lock in on the weekends because this is where I have the most free time and teach myself a high-level skill so I can drive a Lamborghini Urus or whatever dream car you want. That's my dream car, Lamborghini Urus, and I will drive that car one day. But guess what? I got to do the things on an everyday basis to be able to drive that motherfucking car. I have to adapt the identity of a person that drives a Lamborghini Urus. That's a $300,000 car. So I gotta adapt the identity of a person that can afford a Lamborghini Urus. Every single day I have to focus on a high leverage task so I'm able to afford a Lamborghini Urus. A person that drives a Lamborghini Urus is not distracted by bullshit, and if they is, they already the man they need to be for themselves and for their families. But that's the video for the day, man. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at forever.rf. I'm out.